with her at all.
And she waves awkwardly at you. Yeah, she seems a bit awkward overall. So, I'm Elena. Very nice to meet you guys. Hi.
Hi, Elena. I'm nobody.
Oh.
And he smiles just because he knows it's going to be awkward. So.
I mean, aren't we all in the end? Okay. It's nice to meet you.
Pleasure.
Raziel will lift her finger and poke Schmeckle. Introduce yourself.
I kind of jump off your shoulder and run right up to you. Like, hi, I'm Schmeckle. I used to be an elf, then a kobold, and now Asimov. And I'll turn to the queen and be like, is she an elf?
Not exactly, no.
I'm almost an elf. It's good to meet you.
Good to meet you too. So then we're closer related than I thought, because I was almost an elf as well.
Oh, that is great. I'd love to meet new relatives. We can be related. My great aunt is an elf.
I don't know if I'm that old, but it could be. And then I'll just kind of chuckle to myself and pop back over to Raziel and jump on her shoulder. You gonna join us? I don't know where we're going. I don't know these guys really, but you can join us.
Oh, great. I don't know where I'm going. I'm happy
Neither
to
do
go
I.
wherever.
I don't
Sounds
even
like
use
a
my
plan.
feet to move somewhere. I'm just sitting on a shoulder and I'm like a backseat driver or something. I'll just pull on a ear if I want to go somewhere.
That sounds very convenient.
Raziel, give a quick description of what Elena sees when she looks at her.
Raziel is about 6 feet tall and quite lean. She has beautiful ice blue eyes, but there's something dark within them. Like either she's done something really bad that she can't get over, or something has happened that is hitting her really deeply. She has long violet hair that also, it's a mix. There's like a mix in there as well of like really dark blue. And you can kind of see it more when she braids her hair. She's got tattoos slightly on her face a little bit. She's got iridescent freckles over her nose and her cheeks. And it's almost like there's, if you were to look at her shadow, there's a halo there in the shadow, but not behind her. And she looks very kind of standoffish, but she does have a little grin playing on her lips as Schmeckle runs and introduces and comes back and jumps on her shoulder. She's got a little smile. So she'll kind of lift her hand and she'll just say, I'm Raziel. You've met Schmeckle. You've met nobody. There's an additional nugget, and she'll point to her right boob. And she'll just be like,
okay.
What? This is Nugget. Nugget is a warrior hamster. And you will see like a little hand go across the chest and then pull back a berry. So you know there's actually a hamster in there.
She's not calling her boob Nugget.
No, there is a hamster.
I try to look, but not stare.
Yeah, there is a hamster. There is a hamster in her chest hammock. Yeah, so she's got a little hamster in there. And she'll grin a little, but there is sadness in her eyes. She is a thing that's there.
Okay, nobody give a quick description of what he...
Nobody stands roughly 6 feet tall, has a medium build. Light brown hair falls loosely to his shoulders. His skin is well tanned and his hands are calloused, suggesting a life out of doors. His eyes are pale blue that matches a moonstone hanging from a silver chain around his neck. Fluidity of movement and pointed ears indicate that he has at least some elven blood. He's wearing a finely embroidered cloak that covers most of him, but there's a glint of elven chain armor peeking above the clasp. There's a round metal shield on his back, and a short, elaborately carved staff hangs from a loop on his waistband. And if one were to closely observe him, they would likely get the sense that despite his resolute smile that suggests warmth and friendliness, his eyes also, like Raziel, betray suppressed sorrow. Most would also get the impression that he's a type that seeks to avoid conflict. He's a person who's much more at home with a pint and good conversation. And they would likely conclude that he poses no threat to those of peaceful intent.
Okay. And she sees sort of standing more to the back, more like keeping to himself. Definitely a creature she knows definitely not allowed in the forest. Karis, you can give a quick description of what Elena sees when she spots him, basically.
Carol stands about 6 feet tall, tiefling, red skin, black hair, very nondescript clothes, no visible weapons except for a couple of wands at his belt. Very quiet, standoffish.
Okay. No. So she would know tieflings definitely not allowed in the forest. Same with half elves as well. Anything that was not born in the forest, or is from like a Fey ancestry, not allowed. And the elves are pretty fucking uptight about that. They usually shoot on sight. They are a prissy bunch. So it is quite uncommon to see, well, not uncommon, it is unheard of to see a tiefling, let alone a half elf, in the forest. Alive. Just need to add that
Oh yeah,
part
I've
in.
seen them dead.
Okay. Well, you have introduced yourselves, all pleasantries. I am not sure what your next what is on your list.
I need to get out of this quest within a quest within a quest. Like, I'm so frustrated. So, Elena, let me kind of give you the rundown of what's going on, and you can choose to come with us or not.
Okay.
So we started out in a city that was not in the forest, and they had asked us, we had been tasked to clear out a temple, because there were some hobos in the temple, and they would like to recreate the temple, make it glorious again. We went there and saw that the temple actually had a tree from the Feywild in it, and there were these little quicklings who were a lot smaller than they're supposed to be, living in the tree, and they had some unicorns, which are like human unicorns, defending them. Well, we didn't want to kill an entire group of people and then a bunch of unicorns. So we were, let's go to the Feywild and talk to the queen, see if she can just move the tree. She doesn't have to bring the tree back by any means, but she can move the tree. Well, we then had to find a way into the Feywild, and we came across, like we had asked, and you know, we ran into Helivir and our friend, oh my god, I forget his name. He's up here. What's his
Phalar.
name?
Phalar.
Thank you. Phalar. and they brought us to a lady who could bring us into the Feywild, but she refused to bring us into the Feywild until we stopped these elves from picking the mushrooms. Well, we went and talked to the elves and found out that they're ball worshippers. And then we found Miss Hellivier, who, by the way, looks exactly like the queen that's standing right here. Didn't realize that until we found these guys, hoping that maybe they could stop the elves from picking the onion or the mushrooms, but they gave us a way into the Feywild, so we don't have to stop the elves picking the mushrooms. But I still kind of want to kill that whole place because I don't like ball worshippers; they're unnatural. But if we can get to the Feywild and ask the queen to move the tree, then all of our stuff, like at least that quest is done. But I do want to stop the mushroom picking.
Let's go.
Yeah, so that's kind of where we're there. Do you want to come to the Feywild with us?
Sure. I would love to. I've not been since I was so little.
There is a warning. Time runs very differently there. Wait, you were there when you were little? I was there when I was little.
Oh, really? I was
Yeah.
told I was born there. Can't really
Oh.
remember much.
Oh. That's cool. I wasn't really born.
Okay.
I was kind of in a tree and they found me. I was in the middle of a druid
okay.
grove in a tree. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, trees do that.
Yeah, I'm an Aasimar, so I think I might have just been born out of the energy of something. I don't know. I have no idea. I don't want to look into it. Past is past. I was born, that's fine. I have nobody. Nobody is mine. And she'll grab his head and like push it against her head. Mine. Okay?
I have nobody as well. Well, now I have someone.
To be
Some
fair,
people.
Schmeckle's probably squished between the two faces. But she'll say, "This is new," and she'll point to nobody in her. "This is new. We're trying to figure it out." I'm impulsive and he's not. But Feywild. Karos, are we ready? Do we need anything?
I don't know. I'm not the leader of the group. I'm just ready to blow something up.
Okay.
That sounds fun.
Do you have everything? Do you have everything for your spells?
Yes.
Okay.
As an
you
aside, did you level Kairos up to 7, by the way? Because I saw he was 6 earlier today. Okay, good. Okay.
Yeah, I'll level him up.
Okay.
I just didn't get around to it until today.
Extra point on your abilities.
That's 1 point extra.
Yeah, that was nuts.
That was
That's-
awesome.
Yeah, I got that taken care of too.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So she's gonna look at the queen and say, "I have a question. Do you have? I've read about potions that put someone to sleep, for like a really good 30 seconds." And when they wake up, it's like they've had a really long rest, so they'd be able to use spells again. Do you have a potion like that? Okay.
I know exactly what you're talking about. They are not considered potions. They're considered poisons.
Wait, that puts somebody to sleep for a short time, and when they wake up, it's like they've had a 8-hour sleep. That's a poison?
She gives a little shrug. It's a long story. When the domains were divided and rules were set for all the domains. The leaders came together, was the one and only time we all sat down and drafted rules that we all agreed upon. The most important one that we wanted to be the same across all the domains were the use of potions and poisons. We didn't want it to be legal in one place but illegal in another place. We wanted it to be the same everywhere. Apart from anything else, we're allowed to do or run our domains however we see fit. But the use of potions and poisons was one of the few things that we all agreed upon.
So you don't.
Unless you know and she sort of just looks around, and the guards all just immediately pretend that they are not hearing this conversation, unless you know someone that can make it.
Probably your daughter, but I'm not. Let's not do that. Okay. Do you have anything that would restore spell slots in general?
To ask the alchemist.
So maybe we'll head out and get the alchemist first, and then we'll head to the Feywild. I can use this thing anytime, right? Anywhere? Okay. I am going to return it once we're done, because, like, I don't want to have it, because I know who I am, and I know that I will keep wanting to go back and explore. And I don't
Wasn't
want
there
that.
a discussion that we were going to change from our real names in the Feywild?
Yes. Yes, we are not
Yeah.
to have.
I'm Noodle in the Feywild, Noodle, and Karos is Jeff. You're Corsair.
Yep.
So I don't know if you're from the Feywild. Do you have to? I mean, originally from the
still.
Feywild, would you? You should. Okay, I don't know.
You should. You should still, because the scary part is they will. That if they get your name, they then have your name, and they are very.
Yeah, it depends on how strong they are, essentially what they can do. So a little pixie, for instance, if they steal your name, the only repercussion is that you forget your name. But say someone like fucking Baba Yaga, if she takes your name, eventually not just you forget your name, but everybody that you know eventually forgets about you. You literally become a nobody. Everything about you is erased eventually. People's memories of you, your family, your friends, everything about you eventually gets erased, depending on how strong the fake creature is that takes your name.
Yeah. So.
And it's not just your name that they can take. They can take literally anything if they ask, and you give it to them, or you do it, or whatever. It is something that they then own. That's how I caught the Wednesday campaign out, because they got mad at Baba Yaga because they said that she stole their names, and she was like, "But I didn't steal them. I asked for them. I asked you, can you give me your name? You gave it to me. I didn't steal it."
Yeah. So Raziel will just kind of look over at Alina. Choose a name that you've always wanted to be called. What
Oh
do you want
God,
to be called?
names. Let's go with Melissa.
Melissa?
It's yeah, it's based on a flower. I like flowers.
Beautiful. Schmeckle, what name would you like to be called?
I kind of look down at my feet, trying to think about it. It's like, left foot. I'll be left foot going forward.
So let's put our left foot forward.
Exactly. Because I'll be on the front lines.
I'll be
Dodging.
there with you. I'll be there with you. I'll be the giant bear or something. The left foot. But Schmeckle,
Mhm.
if someone asks for your name when we go to the Feywild, I'll tell you when we're there. You tell them left foot. You do not say your name.
Okay.
People will steal it from you. And you don't
I don't
want
like
things
people
stolen,
stealing
right?
stuff. Nope. I don't like people
Exactly.
stealing from me.
So if someone asks you questions in the Feywild and you're not sure whether you should answer, you can always look at me and I'll tell you. I'll nod my head for yes, I'll shake my head for no. Okay?
I'll just nod my head like vigorously as I'm listening to you.
Okay. So Raziel will kind of look around and just be like, okay, let's go to the Alchemist. Let's see if we can get more spell slots for
Go.
Karos.
Let's go.
Let's go. We're going to the Alchemist.
As you exit the palace and start walking down, uh, you sort of hear and like almost like, hey, psst, over here.
Okay.
He's directing Raziel by her ears. Little Ratatouille over here.
And you see his original image of you see an elf, whitish hair, the cloak. Look like you want to make some money.
I like money.
Go get something for me and I'll give you money.
Depends. We're already on a quest. What do you want? Be plain.
I want to jail.
Okay.
To be plain. I want to jail. But it's in a cave.
Mhm.
And I don't possess any powers like you do. Skills to give myself.
So how do you have money to hire us? Do you know how expensive we are?
Expensive are you?
Tell me the gem and tell me the job and I'll tell you how expensive it is.
Well,
And also, tell me how expensive the gem is. What's the value on the gem?
well, that I'm not going to tell you. I'm working for someone who wants the gem. So they are paying. I'm not the one that's paying. I just need to either find it myself or find someone that can find it. You see how this works?
Yes, I'm assuming that if you're going to hire us, you're going to give us a total, but you're still going to need to take a piece so that you can return and get paid. Now, the way I see it is I could just, beat you and find out who is paying you for the gem and then just take the money when we get the gem. What's stopping me other than being a good person?
Because you don't know who I'm working for?
Oh, that would come after the torture. During the torture, eventually you would spill.
Nobody puts a hand on Raziel's shoulder.
I'm being uppity, aren't I?
No offense, but you don't really look like someone who tortures people.
I might.
She looks over to nobody and she gives him that look of, you best start speaking because this is going to go bad if I keep going.
Tell me, how much are you willing to pay us?
How does 2,000 gold each sound?
Nobody enthusiastically nods his head.
Yes. Schmeckle is like jumping up and down like a excited little puppy on Raziel's shoulder.
Definitely got Garrus's horns perked up in attention.
Yeah. Roselle's like, guys, if he's willing to pay 2,000 apiece for this, there's 5 of us. Do the math on how much he's going to be getting paid, because he would not give us 2,000 if he was not making a profit.
Think about how much the gem is actually worth if he's willing to pay us 2,000 each. So how about we just steal the gem for ourselves, and then finally, eventually try and find the original buyer, and then sell it for 5,000 gold each.
You know what?
I'm going.
Never mind.
no.
I'll find someone else.
No, kid, look at me. And she's gonna put Smeckle on nobody's shoulder. And she'll lean down. What I'm asking is you to be honest. How much would you be getting paid when you get this gem? And I want honesty, because I may be willing to accept if you're honest. How much are you getting paid?
3.
3,000?
Well, that's what I'm going to take. I'm getting paid
Okay.
13. I'm giving you each 2.
Okay. That I think is fair. Because you found us, you take the keep for the 100 or the 1,000, and then you split equally. Okay. Is the gem in our realm or the Feywild?
No, it's in our realm.
Okay.
What manner of creatures guard this gem?
That I don't know.
What is the gem?
He looks a little hesitant. It is. It's called. It's Gem of Chaos. It's the Silvos, the Wildfire Stone, that my employer is looking for.
Okay. And I'm going to ask you honestly, and I will tell you, as an Asmer, I don't want to lose my wings. So I'm not going to betray you in this. Who is hiring you to find this gem?
I cannot tell you
Why not?
because they asked me not to.
Not to tell anybody?
Yes.
Then
So
I
you
will
know-
ask you. Give me a second to
Well, in that case, feel free to tell nobody.
Yeah, you can tell, literally, you can tell nobody. And she points to nobody. And you would be honest, you would have told nobody.
I would rather not lose my head. I kind of like it attached to my body.
We won't tell anybody. We just need to know who you're working for. That's it. You can still talk to them.
Do we, though?
Turn the gem.
Do we really need to
Honestly.
know?
Do we want to give a chaos gem to the other elves in this forest?
Nobody just shrugged his shoulders.
The ball worshippers, let's not give them a chaos gem. Chaos gem does not sound like a good thing.
The what now, worshippers? I have no idea what you're talking about, woman.
Okay, then the only thing I'm going to ask you is your employer somewhere in this forest?
No.
Okay, then I'm fine. I'm fine with that. Because there's a bunch of Baal worshippers in this forest, so you need to be careful. You have silver hair. You
No, lady. I have white hair. There's a difference between silver and white. I have white hair. And he takes his hood down, and you can see his hair is white. It's not silver. It's not like Thuridon's hair that's actually fucking silver. His hair is white.
She'll nod. She'll say, okay, fine. Alina, Schmeckle, Karos, are you down for getting a gem after we're done this?
I'm down for it. It's 2,000 gold. It's more gold than I've ever had in my life.
Oh, you're not gonna. Oh, you're not gonna do it now.
Can't. We have to. You're more than welcome to come with us to the Feywild, but we have to get to the Feywild because I can't handle another quest until I complete my original quest that I'm on. It won't take long, I don't think. But we will.
So
get it for you.
you're saying you want to do the Feywild before we do this?
Yes.
I vote that we do this first. 2,000 gold is 2,000 gold.
Okay.
Well,
It-
let's
it-
hear where this cave is. Maybe it's on the way. I know that's not really how the Feywild works, but maybe it's only like an hour away.
And before we go to the Feywild, it may be a good idea to see how our new party members fare in combat.
If there is combat, sure. Karos, are you down for that?
Yeah, I'm game.
All right. I've been overridden. Okay. Where do you think? Because you're asking us to find this. So obviously you don't know where it is. Or do you know where it is? You just can't get to it.
No, I have an idea where it is. I just can't exactly get to it.
Concepts of a plan, eh? Sorry, that was. Ignore that. That was political. So she'll go, okay. Where is it? Don't tell me I'm not good at directions. Somebody else do it.
Well, it's somewhere here in the forest, but it's more in the sort of like an area where no one really bothers to go.
Oh.
You have a map? Can you tell us what direction from this palace we need to march? And maybe how far it is?
He pulls out a map of the Trainmere forest, and he'll show you, okay, you're here where the palace is, and he sort of like shows you down. It's about a good day's walk to get there. And then it opens up into this almost like clearing on the map itself. Doesn't look like there's anything there except for a cave.
Okay.
Is this one of those caves that you're not allowed to touch anything except the one thing that you want?
I don't know.
Metagaming.
Oh.
Never
Schmeckle,
mind.
If it is a cave and you want to touch something, you're more than welcome to touch something. Just expect that you might get punched for touching something by something that's not us.
Okay.
You just gotta
That-
take it's consequences and actions. So you take an act when you do something. Sometimes there's consequences. You're allowed to have those consequences. It's your right to do so. And we'll protect you as best we can.
That
Okay.
sounds like a fun day. Let's go. Let's go.
Before we go, the Queen thinks that we're going directly to the Feywild. We probably have to get her permission to be in her forest a little bit longer. By the way, Ice, is the Queen still? She's not anywhere close to us, is she?
Well, no, you're not in the palace anymore. You're sort of
Okay,
out
okay,
in
never mind.
out on the streets.
Okay.
Oh my god. Sorry, I thought I was muted. Sorry.
All right. Yeah, let's go.
Okay. Be right back.
Okay. I think let's take a quick 5-minute break.
Okay.
I just quickly need to just stretch my legs and my back a little bit. I have like a major fucking back pain. My lower back is killing me for some reason. And then also just quickly on the top of my water. Say again?
We're still pulling legacy on this?
Yeah.
Because I realize I have like, I'm missing a bunch of prepared spells because I leveled up and forgot to grab any.
Yeah, no, we're still doing legacy. Once I switch over to new campaigns, then I will do the new rules. Like my Saturday campaign that's starting in March, we'll be doing new rules, but sort of like a mix between them. I still have to go over some of the rules, deciding which ones I'm keeping, which ones I'm tossing out.
Well, it sucks because it says Wither and Bloom is the new one, but Wither and Bloom is from the original too. Like, it's in the original book as well.
You say we're taking 5, right?
Yeah, I just want to quickly stretch my legs and just...
Okay.
But I'm still here. I'm just standing up and just stretching a little bit because
The Global
fucking hell.
Twilight as well doesn't say Legacy beside it, so... I'm assuming expanded rules you're accepting? Welcome back. We're just doing a short little break.
Yeah, just stretching my back because fucking fuck.
Yeah, because I only have 6 of 11 spells prepared apparently. Hell.
That is a big boo-boo.
Yeah. So I am now going through them, looking at what's available for me. Oh, I don't need animal friendship. The staff gives me that. I'm looking at my thing going, why do I have that? Oh, that's a staff. Oh, why do I have? Oh, that's a staff. I don't need to speak with animals because my staff does it. Oh, wait. 1 second. Let me check the staff. No, I'm keeping Speak with Animals as a spell so that I can use it as a ritual. So I can't use it as a ritual on the staff. I just realized I'm now the only healer too.
No, nobody's also a healer.
Oh, right.
He got the
done.
stuff of healing, didn't he?
Yeah. I think so. I keep forgetting nobody's a cleric. I keep thinking he's a fighter for some reason.
Yeah, so
Oh,
just while we wait, I'm gonna cast Mage Armor myself.
Yeah, I'm gonna ritual cast Animal Friendship and Pass Without a Trace. I can, apparently the staff allows me, now that I have...
Sorry, guys.
That's
Clicked
okay.
on the wrong one.
So I can use an action to cast Pass Without a Trace from the staff without using any charges. So I'm just gonna keep that going and then have the ritual cast of Animal Friendship. So now I don't need that spell. Oh great, now I'm 5 of 11 spells. Oh boom! I'm gonna throw something.
I'm back whenever everybody's ready to go again.
Yeah, me too.
I'm just trying to add spells because I'm missing a bunch of spells.
Okay. I can't sit still because my back is killing me. Okay. Okay, so you guys start heading out in the direction that the map shows you. And as he said, it's about a day's walk, so eventually the sun starts going down and you realize that you might have to camp unless you want to walk throughout the
we
night.
were gonna go to the person first in the city.
Oh, you're gonna go to the Alchemist first.
Alchemist first.
Okay.
Yeah. It's gonna be a quick, short one. Just
Okay.
anything that would help restore spell
She has 2 of them, and she tells you that they are 3,000 gold pieces each.
Oh, Jesus. She'll look at Karos, pat him on the shoulder, and say, "Not yet. I don't have the money for that yet."
Yeah, me either.
Yeah.
But we get his gem.
Yeah. You could buy one of them. Okay. Alright. We'll be back.
Okay. Okay. Anywhere else you want to go before you head out?
Let me check. Oh, yeah. Yeah. The armory. The armorsmith or whatever, blacksmith or whatever, or the guy who takes care of armor or whatever.
Yeah.
I want to sell 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 regular leathers. Leather armor.
Okay.
And I have 1, 2, 3 longbows and 3 long swords.
Okay. Leather armor.
And a quarterstaff.
He will offer you 5 gold pieces each.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 30 gold.
What was the rest that you had?
Then 3 longbows.
He will offer you 20 gold pieces each.
For a longbow.
Mm-hmm.
60. Okay. And 3 long swords. He's just pulling the shit out of her bag. Another one?
He will offer you 7 gold pieces each.
Only 1 gold. Okay. And then a quarterstaff.
He will offer you 1 silver piece.
Okay. And she'll put the money in her pouch and look to everyone and say, "This is shared. This is all of our money." Okay.
Is everything so expensive? I don't think I
Yes.
ever had more than like a gold at a time until I left the monastery. This is insane.
Yeah, it's expensive. That's okay. I'm holding on a lot of the gold, which is fine. Because it protects, like, if you need to buy something, just let me know and I will.
Oh, I think I'll be fine. If we get 2,000 gold, I can eat for the rest of my life from that.
For sure.
That is crazy.
Yeah, I know. Nuts.
Should have left earlier, I guess. And again, what I do with money.
Yeah, you gotta do a lot of stuff when you have money in it. Unfortunately.
This is curious.
Yeah. Alright.
So I assume we're walking toward our destination, is that correct?
Yeah, if you're done and there's nothing else that you want to do, then yes, you are basically walking on your way.
Raziel's gonna be like, I feel so much lighter. I'm not carrying like 400 pounds of leather on me.
But yeah, so you guys can decide if you want to, try and walk through the night to wherever it is you need to go, or if you are going to camp and then resume the next day.
I think we should camp because we don't want to get exhaustion.
Okay.
Yeah, and we're not exactly familiar with the forest.
Okay, so you set up a little, you find a clearing, sort of, which is fairly close. If you look at the map, it's not too far away. And you know, by next morning you could be there in a couple of hours. It's not too far. So you set up your tents and a little fire, and you almost miss Phalar's cooking.
Yeah.
Oh, you said Phalar's with us?
No, I said you
No.
almost miss his
Little
cooking.
miss.
Oh.
No, you know, you didn't ask
I
him
was-
to come with, so no, he's not with you.
Oh, good. No, because I wouldn't eat his cooking.
He's still angry about the friggin' mushroom incident.
I was tripping balls, and of course I'm angry.
It was more Raziel's fault than Phalar's fault.
Mine.
Let's not lie. Okay, so once you are done setting up your tents, the sun starts to go down. It sort of gives you an hour or two, you know, to sort of just relax a little bit, almost like get to know each other before you have to take your watches. I know.
So nobody's going to try to get to know the new members. And he'll walk up to Elena and say, "What's this monastery you speak of? Do you belong to a religious order?"
Yes, I do. I lived there my whole life.
So
I don't
would you-
actually know which god it is.
that's curious.
She would
were you
know,
committed to the
but
I would know, but Julia doesn't know.
Oh.
yeah, I did not think that question was going to come up today. I'm still looking for the specific one.
You have a cleric in the party. Of course, it's going to come up.
Yeah, but it's been a day, and I have a spasm in my back, which is killing me right now. So just give me a couple of seconds, then I'll have you. Oh,
Oh, it's no problem. But I'm going to tell you in detail about my amazing god that I'm following.
Okay. I have further questions. Were you committed to the monastery as a child?
Well, my parents died, so I went to my only living relative, who lives in the monastery. Who's actually leading the monastery. So yeah,
Oh,
I lived there my whole life.
so you and I are both orphans. I was orphaned myself.
Oh. Did you grow up in a monastery as well then?
No, I grew up in as an orc slave in an orc camp. That's why I have the name Nobody. It's the orcish word is Gorguts, which basically means shit covered nobody. But I just stayed with it, just Nobody for short.
Oh, it's your actual name. I thought you were just, not wanting to tell.
Oh, no. I mean, I eventually escaped as a young, well, maybe in my teenage years. I don't know how old I am. But I eventually escaped and was close to perishing in the high forest when a group of drow came upon me. And these are surface drow, the ones that escaped the Underdark and don't worship Lilith. They worship Eilithrae, which happens to be the god that I'm a cleric for. the goddess that I'm a cleric for. So anyway, they raised me, and I eventually was made a priest.
Oh, that is amazing. I haven't proven myself yet, so I'm just
Well, I haven't
now
either.
just a monk.
Yeah, and I'm just a priest. Yeah, I haven't done anything noteworthy.
Well, we can try together then. You guys seem interesting, at least. I don't know anyone else from like outside the monastery.
Yeah, that's the same with me, except this party and the people that adopted the little village that adopted me in the high forest. But yeah, I don't have much experience with outsiders.
Oh, same. You are kind of the first people that I talk to outside the monastery. Well, I guess the guards would be the first. But, you know.
Or I haven't do the research.
Oh no, I already sent her the name.
Yeah. So, it's Kelembor.
Oh, Kellenfor, the god of death.
Yes.
Yeah, I've read about him.
Oh, he's great. Really helped me since, like I said, my parents are dead, and a child that is, hard to understand. But
Those that follow Kellenfor like to really despise the undead. I heard that that's their main reason for existence is to destroy undead.
well, there are not that many undeads in our monastery. But I am trying to learn. That is part of my goal, traveling. To fight the undead. Help guide souls. It's unnatural for the dead to come back to life. They're not where they're supposed to be.
I could not agree more. Yeah, we don't focus in our goddess doesn't focus so much on that, but she would certainly have no qualms about us putting the undead back where they belong.
Good. I'm excited to try. I've been training but never met any undead.
All right, well, it was a pleasure talking to you and learning more about you. It's fascinating past you have.
I don't think I'm that interesting. I'm mostly, I know how to grow vegetables, get something to eat. I know how to punch things. But
Oh, do you?
I've got a lot to learn.
Did they train you in martial arts? Is that what you do?
Yeah.
Interesting.
And I kind of punch the air. You can see that there's like almost out of my hands, almost like the second blue hand, like kind of extending out of it a bit. I learned how to ask the dead for help. They taught me.
Wow. So you also have magical abilities?
Oh, not really.
Oh, okay.
Very basic.
Interesting.
Only what the dead allow me to do.
All right. Well, it was a pleasure, and again, it's nice to have you in our party.
Yeah, thank you for taking me. I was kind of worried I would have got lost like an hour after I left.
And so you're saying you came straight from the monastery to? Did they make you leave?
Well, I have to prove myself, right? Can't just
Oh, okay.
stay forever.
Okay. So they turn you out, and you go and prove yourself, and then you come back, and is there? I don't know. Do they give you some kind of honor or title or something?
I don't think so. I don't think my great aunt expected me to come back. But that's
Oh,
fine.
wow.
We'll see.
Yeah, I have to chew on this a while. It's very interesting. It was nice talking to you, Elena.
That's like the most casual. It's like, nah, she expects me to die. Like, she doesn't think I'm coming back.
Yeah,
She doesn't think
I'm
I'm
not
good
sure I
enough.
like your answer.
It's like the most placid. Like, no, she thinks I'm gonna die. She doesn't think I'm coming back. Like, it's no big deal. I mean, if I die, I die.
I mean, I followed God of the Dead.
Yeah.
It's like if I die doing it, that happens. That's okay.
Yeah.
But it's just like the most like, no, she doesn't think I'm good enough. So, she doesn't expect me to come back. Shame. It's quite fucking funny. Okay.
Raziel's just gonna keep feeding Schmeckle. If Schmeckle's bowl is almost finished, she's gonna put more in.
Oh, we're gonna have a
It's
chubby kobold.
fine, then I can roll into battle.
Yep. Nobody would think that he would be a badass if he rolls around, right?
I'll roll with the
What?
punches. It's fine.
Oh,
Yeah. Schmeckle's getting lots of the soup. Actually, let me see how good. What is it survival for cooking?
Yes. If you don't specifically made one, then it's gonna be survival. Yes.
Yeah, there you go. It's only a 14 soup, so.
It's edible.
Yeah.
She kind of tried to mimic the type of food that Phalar makes because she was usually there. She might have picked up a thing or two, spices and herbs and things like that. So it's definitely edible.
Better than what she normally would do. A bunch of leaves and hot water and be like,
Food, cereal.
good. Yeah, she'll just keep feeding the little kobold.
Yeah.
And then she's also going to look for more berries and nuts and stuff for the hamster in her.
How many
hammock.
bowls is Schmeckle eating?
Let's do. I'm gonna roll a dice. Six.
Damn.
It's a hungry little bugger.
Watch him
Well-
die in the first session because his stomach ruptures.
No, because he's probably just sitting there peeing and drinking the soup at the same time. Water in and water out.
Well, Smeckle will kind of look over the four of you and be like, okay, well, now that the gods aren't there and we're not in front of the king and queen, I'm not really as stupid as I made out to be. I just knew that if they found out that I was actually trying to sneak through the forest, I would be dead. So it's easier to placate the idiot than to be a dead kobold.
well, so I
Sorry
have
for
to
that.
say you did a very good job because I was convinced until this very moment that you were simple.
Fucking stupid.
Nice way to put it.
Nice way to put it, nobody. Love it.
So
Why are you trying
apologies
to
for that.
Oh, you're fine. Why are you trying to get through the forest?
Well, it was the shortest way to my home, and I honestly didn't expect to be caught. I kind of fumbled a little bit trying to sneak past some guards, and yeah, they kind of saw me. Even though I'm tiny, I'm stealthy, can actually become invisible, they still somehow saw right through everything and caught me. So just know that when we go back, I will be the complete blithering idiot that I've been before, because I cannot blow my cover as it is now, because I will definitely be killed.
I won't let you. I could just say we gave you some berries and you got smarter. You're with us, so it doesn't matter. Do you want to go and find this jewel, or would you prefer to go home?
No, let's go. I was going to go home because I didn't have anybody left in this plane. But now that I found the four of you, it looks like it can be quite an amazing adventure. So I'm definitely game for it.
Okay.
Plus, can I have another bowl of food?
Yep.
Oh, food, please.
There you
Awesome.
So on your basically your 6th bowl of soup, roll me a con save, please.
Oh, crap. Can't save.
Mm-hmm.
That is not very good. That's 11. Do I douse the fire?
go. God, we're gonna vomit and coals again.
Yes. You're a little bit more full than you realized. As you get about halfway through your last bowl, something doesn't feel right. You know, your stomach is hurting. It's churning slightly, and it's very stiff. You know, if you look down, you normally have a little belly, but it's even more pronounced than it usually is, and you kind of feel the salmon swimming back upstream as you do start to vomit.
Oh, crap.
Oh no, no, no.
No. I try and kind of move away from Raziel as well, because I do not want to projectile over her. But as I'm like leaving, I'm like, it's not your food. Your food was great.
I know.
I'm just a glutton. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Plus, why was I the only one eating?
I was eating.
I ate.
You're the only one that ate 6 bowls. So yes, in the end, you were the only one that was eating.
Finish the pot.
Basically, yes. But yeah, you basically chuck up everything that you just ate.
And then I just kind of fall flat on my back. Just like soaking up the cold breeze coming over me. To start feeling a little bit better.
Okay.
Maybe you should take the last watch.
Yeah, it could be. I think so too. And then I just kind of fall asleep. Right there.
Raziel's gonna look over at nobody and be like, he's not waking up again. So how are we breaking up the watch?
I don't care. Just tell me when my turn is up.
I know.
How about you stay up?
Okay,
You'll be first watch, I can be last watch, and then
sure.
Elena and Karos can be the middle two. Is that okay for you two, or do you guys want to?
That is fine with me.
That's fine with me. Just let me know when it's my turn.
Okay. Nobody, how about you wake up Karos, and Karos can wake up Elena, and Elena can wake me up.
It works.
Then I go into bed, and she'll walk by nobody and kiss the tip of his ear before going to bed.
Such a tease.
Yeah, like that was so steamy. Calm down, Raziel. Like, you know, calm down. This is.
She's gonna drag this out to her level 20.
Yep. Yep.
I'll have to go find a brothel or something.
I'm pretty sure she will murder you while you're busy.
Nah. I'm a druid. Everything in balance. Nature.
You have a very strange idea of balance. I just want to say that's yeah.
Go to bed.
Michael will kind of open his eyes like, have you ever seen rabbits? And then fall back asleep again.
True.
Okay, so who is up first? Watch.
That's me.
Nobody. Okay. How long are you breaking up your watches for?
I don't know what time is it. Roughly.
We're probably around about 10.
And there's 5 of us, so each gonna do 2 hours. Does that sound right? So
Yeah, that's
Well,
good.
the kobold's not gonna wake up. Schmeckle's not gonna wake up.
Well, okay, but if the kobold doesn't wake up and only four of us do the watches, are we still going to get a long rest?
You should.
No, wake
Yeah.
Smeckle up.
No, you should be able to.
No.
Okay.
Poor people. No, Schmeckle's gonna sleep.
All right. Let's see.
He's
Okay,
got
so
turkey tummy going on.
2.5 hours, I guess.
Yeah.
Ice.
Yeah, that's good.
All right.
Okay, roll me your 2 perception checks.
2.
Yeah, 1 for each hour.
Oh, okay. Let me see if I can remember how to do this. It's been so damn long. Perception. Oh, there we go. That's my first.
Mm-hmm. Oh, nice. The first hour, you just kind of like sit and walk around and listen. You don't really hear anything except the night noises and animals and things like that. About halfway through your second watch, at first you're not sure if it is, and then you're like, because that is very, very unusual, and then it happens again and you're like, that is definitely, it feels like a little tremor in the ground. Did you actually feel, it's not like an earthquake, just like a little earth tremor. It's very, very subtle both times, but you are 100% sure that that is what you felt.
Do I know this? Well, do I know where it's coming from? Is it just, is it the entire camp? Or,
Yeah.
Because I assume I'm walking around.
Yeah,
Okay.
so you'll be walking around and then you sort of like feel it underneath your feet. But it's very, very subtle. You
Okay,
wouldn't have noticed it otherwise. You got lucky on that one.
Let me see.
But the rest of your watch goes by without any my brain just broke.
All right. I will go wake up Carols and tell him, obviously, hey, Carols, it's your watch. I felt tremors all around the camp as I was walking around, and just be on the alert for that. I don't know what the source is.
Okay.
And anyway, and then nobody's gonna sneak inside of Raziel's tent and kiss her on the tip of the ear,
It's cute.
and then go to bed.
Okay. Karos, roll me
Check.
your 2 perception checks, please. First hour, you just hear the same, just little noises here and there from the animals, crickets, frogs, bugs, an owl. And almost as the second hour of your watch rolls in, you feel it on the first one immediately because you would know, because nobody basically told you, and you feel the very distinct tremors sort of like run through the camp in the ground. But same, the rest of your watch goes by without any issue. And that's basically the end of your watch.
And I will wake up, I'm crapping next.
Elena?
I wake up the new girl. Yeah. And
The new girl.
Can we maybe just add a name to a token?
Didn't I?
No.
No, none of our names are under our tokens.
I wasn't even looking.
No way, you
Oh.
lie.
No, I see everybody.
Anyway, I'll wake up.
You should be able
I'll
to
let
see
Elena
everybody's. Just hers
explain to
wasn't.
her how my watch went and go back to sleep.
Oh, the two new people weren't.
There we go.
It's been a while for me. Okay, it's been a while. It's been a while. Learning curve again. How to use Roll20. Okay, so did you tell her about the tremors? I didn't hear that part.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, Elena, roll me your 2 perception checks, please.
Holy crap, you guys are doing good.
Yeah,
I'm surprised. I'm normally cursed with perception checks.
you guys are lucky because the DC is 20 to feel the tremors. So you've been freaking lucky so far. The first watch rolls around, and with your first hour, you just hear the same, just little crickets, and there's an owl somewhere, and eventually you hear a wolf, and you're like, what tremors are they talking about? We're like out in the middle of fucking nowhere. And sort of like in the second hour, you feel it, and it's almost like, oh shit, yeah, you definitely feel that there's a tremor, because you're also walking around, so it's not just that it's in one spot, it's almost like it's rippling through the ground. But same thing, rest of your watch goes by, no issues.
Would I know what this could be? Like, I mean, I live here, and I know the area.
You
this a
have
common
never
occurrence?
felt something like this in this area, because this is further out as well from where the monastery is and the city and even all the small little elvish towns. So this is very on the outskirts of the forest.
Okay. I guess I'll wake up Raziel then.
You can try and give me a nature check if you want to.
Okay. Oh, well.
Nope.
Yeah, I just wake up Raziel and I'm going to tell her about the drabbers. But I'm also done with my rest, so I guess I'm just staying up.
Okay. Okay, Raziel, same thing. 2 perception checks, please.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I'm giving myself guidance. No, I won't. I don't need guidance on that one.
Holy
Just,
crap.
I don't need guidance on that one.
you feel it in the first, on your first watch, almost immediately when you wake up and step out, and you're like, okay, she told me about that, and you sort of like start walking around and you start paying attention. You almost immediately feel it. So like the tremor running through the ground. It's very, very subtle. It's really very subtle, but it's definitely there.
So Raziel's gonna go to her knees and dig her hands into the dirt. Would she know what this tremor is?
Can give me a nature check. Let's see. So she would know that it is an earthquake. But she doesn't know exactly what is causing it.
Okay. So she knows it's not an animal or anything.
Give me a history.
Jeez, she's dumb as shit. This isn't gonna go well. Oh, never mind.
Oh. She, as she's sort of like feels a tremor, and she almost like thinks back because, you know, earthquakes aren't really that big of a thing. And she almost remembers that there is a creature that can cause earthquakes. Or not, they don't cause it, it's more their presence and where they live. And she would know that it is an amethyst dragon is in the vicinity.
Okay.
And their lairs usually cause earthquakes the closer you get to them. So she knows they're not that close because they're still very, very subtle. But she would know the closer they get, the worse it's going to get.
Okay, she'll keep her, not her eyes, the tremor sense, she'll keep that going. She'll keep her eye, the best way to say it, she'll keep her eye on the tremors to feel if they are increasing the closer to the escape that we are getting.
Okay. Yeah, and morning sort of eventually rolls around, sun rises. And what is happening? And you all start to wake up.
Raziel's gonna try and cook for them again.
Smeckle is kind of walking in the opposite direction of food. He does not want to see or smell it.
Smells good though.
She's making a good
Smells
breakfast.
delicious. There's no eggs in it though.
She's making slap-up. Millipap.
You made me snorkel all over myself.
Hey, don't knock it until you try it. Slap up is like millipap. Slap up. Oh my goodness, we had this
I'm gonna have
conversation.
that tomorrow.
We had this conversation a while ago as well, when also a new player joined. I don't know if you guys remember that. I was talking about the food that Phalar was making, and then eventually he messaged me. It's like, nah, this is gonna work. You guys have been talking about this and this and this. And I'm like, dude, I told you, we get off track a little bit.
Chatty Cathy's, okay.
So, you know, it's supposed to be fun, supposed to have a little chat here and there. But yeah, sort of gave you the recipe of how to make a millipap. And that is how Bill made a braaibroodjie. That is how that
I
happened.
sure did. And it was excellent.
Because in the one shot, one of the camp counselors was making braaibroodjies because I didn't know what else you put on a braai. Oh, it was so funny. I love it.
But yeah, but at least a 20, it's going to be good food this time.
It is really good food, whatever she is making. It is really, really good. If your characters aren't awake yet, the smell of whatever she's cooking, whether or not it's like, you know, like a hash brownie type thing with some sausages, it is, man, that sounds really fucking good right now.
It's very hearty.
Why do I do this to myself? The smell basically sort of like, you know, wafts into your tent, and it smells really, really delicious.
She'll like pour the bowls, hand one to nobody, hand one to Alina, walk over and hand one to Karos, and then go over to Schmeckel and be like, this is different food. Do you want to try the different food?
I'll kind of give it a whiff and be like, yep, let me kind of maybe have a little bit. After I empty my stomach, I might need my strength today.
Yeah.
So-
She'll hand it over to you. You got a
I'll
good
come back.
sleep though. I heard you snoring last night.
Yeah, well, it kind of took it out of me last night. Your food was so good. I just had to roll over and take a nap.
Okay. Yeah. You just have one bowl today, okay? One bowl.
Just one,
Just one.
maybe two,
Just one.
maybe.
And she'll pour some bowl and start eating.
Just one. Maybe
Just
two. Just one. How about two? I think two's just one. I think two is a good number.
So I'll finish my food and then I'll like walk with my bowl to Raziel and like the biggest puppy eyes I can make. I'm like, please, sir, can I have some more? And I'm
Okay,
just
Oliver.
begging.
I knew you were gonna do that. I just knew you were gonna do that.
She'll give him what looks like a big portion, but it's like half a bowl of portion. She's just like spread it out and made it look bigger. There you go.
Thank you. And I'll like trot off and plop down next to the pie and just start eating.
So I have news, everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Did everybody feel the vibrations in the ground last night?
I did, actually.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's an amethyst dragon. Just letting you guys know. The closer
What?
that you would get to an amethyst dragon, the more their lair vibrates the ground around it. So I hope we're not going into an amethyst dragon's cave to get this jewel.
Yeah. All of a sudden, 2,000 gold wouldn't be very worth it.
No. But would she know that they're somewhat intelligent creatures? Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she'd be like, we could talk to the dragon. We don't have to fight it. If it is the same cave. I hope it's not, but maybe.
So I take it this creature is hostile and dangerous. Is that correct?
No.
Oh, okay.
Amethyst dragons, they're, I would say they're not evil, generally. They're kind of,
They're
not
more
good.
neutral.
They're not evil. They're kind of neutral. They're gems. They're gem dragons, so they're neutral dragons. But they're very intelligent, from my understanding.
Wait, did you just say they're gem dragons and we need to go find a gem?
Yeah. That's why I'm worried that this cave is this dragon's cave. And if we get closer and the vibrations in the ground are increasing the closer we get to this cave, it is a high likely probability that this cave is this gem dragon's cave.
If that's the case,
Explain the rewards. Why
It does.
the guy couldn't get there.
Mm-hmm.
well, since we're here and we're all reasonably stealthy, it appears, maybe we could stealth in and kind of assess the situation before we turn our back and run from this.
I definitely agree with that.
The issue is dragons have magic sometimes, right? They may be able to see people stealthing. They may be able to see literally everything that's happening. So it has to be more than just stealthy. You have to be something else. Maybe,
Oh, I can do that.
yeah. What can
You
turn
think about a
into?
rat. No, I can turn anybody into anything.
Really?
Yeah, I've got the spell polymorph, so whatever we send in could look like a cockroach, it could look like a rat, a bat, a snake.
I can shapeshift into animals as well. I can turn into a cat. I can turn into a spider, a rat, raven, anything. Scorpion. Anything I've seen, generally I can turn into. Cave bear, even.
So, DM, I've got a question quickly.
Mm-hmm.
With polymorph,
Mm-hmm.
would I have needed to see the creature as well to be able to use it?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Okay.
if you are transforming somebody into something, you have to know what it
Exactly
looks
the
like.
proportion stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, and then if I've seen something that Raziel has not seen, would she be able to learn how to wild shape into that creature? Or not?
No, she has to have seen it at least.
The actual creature.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if he has seen the creature and he polymorphs somebody into the creature, Raziel will then have seen the creature,
Yes.
technically.
Yeah, I think she. Oh, I'm too lazy to Google
I
it
can
now.
use CR to...
Yeah, but in order to morph into it, you have to have seen the creature for like, I think is it 10 minutes or an hour?
An hour.
Yeah, there's a specific time that you need to have looked at the
Yeah.
creature so that you know, this is what it looks like and what.
Oh, 10 minutes. Sorry. 10
Oh,
minutes.
was it 10 minutes? I wasn't sure if it's 10 minutes
Yeah.
or an hour.
Yeah, 10 minutes. Which makes more sense on why she can turn into dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Because she's not watching a dinosaur for an hour.
Yes. Okay, so polymorph lasts up to an hour that you can see. Yes, you need to see the creature that you are changing.
Well, not that I've seen flippin' anything substantial. It's just an interesting question.
It doesn't say. But I'm going to say that yes, you would have had to see the creature.
Yeah.
I mean,
no, that makes sense.
yeah. So
Because
you
how
can't
else would I know
change
what
it.
to change it
Yeah,
to?
you can't. It
Yeah.
needs to be something. And I actually wish that I had brought this rule in a lot fucking earlier.
No giant apes.
No, I can. No fucking T-Rexes. Like, fuck.
Hey, I can turn into a T-Rex.
Yeah, but you have a
Not right
reason
now.
why you can.
Yeah,
The other player he didn't, and I didn't click it until it was too late. But yeah, because if you haven't seen the creature, I'm just gonna say that no, you can't.
Yeah, the Tyrannosaurus Rex, though, is like, has a shit ton of hit points, but not a lot of armor.
Yeah.
Very easy to hit. Oh.
They're easy to hit, and they are, even though they do have a lot of
Challenge
HP, they're not that difficult to bring down.
No, and their challenge rating 8. So I would have to be level 20
Mm.
to even get close to that. I don't think I would be able to transform into a challenge rating 8 ever.
Yeah, I don't think
I'd have to
it's
be,
possible.
because it's divided by 3 my levels, so I would have to be level 24
Yeah.
to be able to transform into a T-Rex. But I've got like an Allosaurus Rex, or an Allosaurus,
Mhm.
and I've got a claw-footed raptor. So I have 2 dinosaurs. And a Paleosaurus, the swimming one.
Yeah, but you guys, the rest of you, Alina, how long were you in the Feywild?
Only as a child.
Okay, so she wasn't there that long.
No.
Okay, then
maybe
she
like-
also wouldn't know what dinosaurs looks like. So if Raziel basically transforms into one, it'll be like a what the fuck is that moment.
Yeah, what is that?
I mean, maybe she heard stories or read books about it, but I don't think she would have seen one.
Yeah, I would say that is a higher possibility. Her parents could have read her books and stories about it, and that is because it's quite an interesting thing. But yeah, if she wasn't in the Feywilds that long, then no, she definitely
I mean,
have not
looking at
seen
the
one.
lifespans of elves, she was probably there for like 10, 12 years or something like that. But she's now like around 100, so it's quite a while ago.
But it also depends on where in the Feywilds. That's also the
Yeah,
other
I
thing.
think she was like
just
running
jumped
around the
in.
wilds a lot.
Raziel just jumped in and was like, "Ooh, what's this place?" and then ran around.
Sounds
Yeah,
like
I can't
her.
imagine her parents letting her run around somewhere with dinosaurs.
No. Definitely
Mommy, I
not.
want-
But
Can
yeah,
I
if
pet that dog?
Raziel ever wild shapes into one, Alina would know what it is. I think has nobody seen
Nobody
it?
has seen. Yeah, nobody has seen her transform into one.
Yes, I couldn't remember if he was there that session with the
Raptor.
yeah, what were those things called?
The
Velociraptor.
No, the
No,
purple
I think
bugs. The
ettercaps?
purple. Yes, those things.
Yeah.
Yeah, the edo
Yep.
I
caps.
think he was there. Yeah.
I was
yeah,
there.
she turned into a claw-footed raptor.
Yeah.
I don't miss sessions ice.
No.
Yeah, no. Yeah, so she turned
No,
into
you
a
don't.
velociraptor and was getting demolished by fucking air caps.
Yeah, because I remember someone wasn't there. And they came back the next week and they were like, "What the fuck happened?" And I had to bring in 2 players because you guys were getting demolished by the fucking edo caps. I was like, "Shit! I didn't think this was gonna be this hectic."
Yeah, air caps are not fun. No, but yeah, so Raziel will be, let's just keep track of the vibrations in the ground. If they increase the closer to this cave we get, then we can have more conversations about what the plan is.
That sounds like a proper way to assess the situation. Let's not count our chickens before they hatch.
Good idea. Alright. Ready to go?
Okay, so you guys are
Ready.
packing up and heading out. Okay. Give me a perception check, all of you, as you know, it's going to take you about 4 hours to get there. So within the first hour, give me a perception check. Raziel, you are the only one that feels the tremors. They are more or less still quite light. But she can feel, you know, they are definitely getting a little bit stronger. And then second hour, as you get closer, you can give me another one, all of you.
Right. No, Jesus. I had only 12.
Okay, so 25, 12, 9, and 20. Elena and nobody, you definitely feel them. They are getting a little bit definitely stronger. By your third hour, all of you feel them. And you sort of get to come to the conclusion that the closer you're going to get, even now, that Raziel was right, they are getting worse. And I assume eventually you will take out your map. I am just going to assume that for you. Mm-hmm. And as you sort of look at the map and then in the area where you are, there are no other caves in this area. So you know you have about an hour to get to that one, and you realize that the tremors are only going to get worse as you get closer.
Yeah. I will definitely be casting Mage Armor myself again. Just in case.
I am going to go down to my knees.
Mm-hmm.
Raziel's going to go down to her knees. She's going to take out some sticks that have marks on them. And she is going to close her eyes. And then she's going to put the sticks down really quickly. And she's going to ritually cast augury. Sorry. So, she's trying to... It's... Here, how do I put it?
Display in VTT.
It's not letting me. Oh, there. Okay. Oh, did that not do it?
Mm-mm. It's fine. If it doesn't work, I'll just have a quick...
Oh, there we go.
There you go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, specially marked sticks, bones, cards, or other divinatory tokens worth 25 plus gold pieces. I assume she has the value of that.
Yeah.
Because I don't mark, because it's only the ones with monetary value that you have to have.
She has like 2,000 gold. She's fine. But those sticks were her mom's sticks that she used to do this with, so she's just basically kind of copying what her mom did to receive an omen.
Real good or bad. I'm gonna work out any different. Because the Okay, so you receive an omen from an otherworldly entity about the results of a course of action that you plan to take within the next 30 minutes. DM chooses the omen from the omens table. For results, it will be well, good, well, bad, well, good, and bad, indifference. Okay. So, what is the
What is the request, basically?
yeah, the actions that you plan to take within the next 30 minutes? Because the cave is still an hour away.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Are basically, to be fair, she would have waited until they were like really close to the cave to do this.
Okay, so before she does that, as you start getting closer, about 50 minutes or so, it gets really, really hectic. And about at the 40-minute mark, I need you guys to make me a dex save, please.
Kobold's rolling there.
He's rolling, yeah. For a little Smeagol, he's not very sturdy on his feet. The tremor that sort of like hits. Carol's as well. What does it say? Dex check.
Because he did it manually. It should be the same.
Let's see on his sheet. Is your because the first one is just a normal dex. You need to do a dex save.
Which is taking something.
Oh, that's fine. There you go.
Can I go with the dex check roll instead?
No, it's a dex save. So both Karos and Smeagol, as the tremor hit, you didn't expect that it was going to be this insane, as it is a lot more powerful than any of the others, and it sort of throws you off balance, and you kind of land on your ass a little bit. The rest of you also feel that it's quite an insane tremor, but you do manage to keep your footing about you.
Well, that sucks. I kind of pick myself up from the dirt and just dust myself off. You just hear the plates kind of rattling as I dust myself.
Okay. And then at about the half an hour mark, or when is she going to cast it? Half an hour, 20 minutes, 10 minutes?
I would say probably 10 minutes out.
Okay. Then I will need you all to make me another dex save, please, as it's not getting worse the closer that you get.
Come on.
Raziel falls on her ass, and that's when she does it.
Ian, 30 feet. I'm still waiting for Karos. Yours. Watch him not be the only one that passes. That'll be hilarious. But yeah, Smeagol goes down again, Raziel goes down, Wool goes down, Alina goes down.
As I'm falling, you hear a selection of very, very fine
Choice words.
swear words, choice words coming out my mouth.
And Karos,
Before I'm
you go
eating
down.
before I'm eating a mouthful of dirt.
Yeah, this tremor that rips through is insane. I mean, you wobble from side to side before you all sort of like land in the dirt. Okay, Raziel, the action that you are going to take, that you are looking for an answer for.
Are we able to sneak in and grab the gem before the dragon sees us?
So I need to just give you one of those answers. It's definitely gonna be whoa.
Whoa, dude.
Okay. So Raziel, after she gets the whoa back, I love how it's like whoa, as in slow the fuck down. Whoa,
No, whoa. Are you sure you want to do this?
Yeah. So she's just going to like hold the sticks in her hand, grab some dirt, and then shiver a little, and then look to everybody else and say, "We're not able to sneak in. It's not going to happen." Maybe we could knock on the cave and just be like, "Hello, can you come in?" I don't know. I don't like people breaking into my house, so I wouldn't assume that a dragon would appreciate a party of us just showing up at their house and being like, "Hey, can we take one of your gems?"
Quick question, Raziel. Do any of us know what the gem actually looks like?
He said what it was. Probably described it as.
No, you never asked. You never asked.
No, didn't ask.
So we'll have to take all the gems and just give him one? I kind of like that.
Yeah, you'll get eaten by a dragon. Sorry, what was the gem that he said that we have to get? It's something chaos.
He just mentioned that is the gem of chaos. It's called Silvos, the wildfire stone.
Would that be like an Arcana check or something to know if I know what it looks like? Or would that be...
It's going to be history.
I'm going to do a roll to see if I know. You get a nat 1. Nope,
Can I roll
know
to see if
nothing.
I know what it looks like?
Based
Based on being a druid and it's like Sylvis. No, maybe Sylvanas' wildfire stone.
I don't. Wrong tab. Sure.
Because I'm an asshole, giving myself guidance. History, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Look again. 21. No, 20.
20. Dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
Okay, so what she knows after, a good night's rest and some really, really good food, landing on her ass sort of like smacked her memory awake. And she knows that there are 9 of these different stones. And this specific one holds a tumultuous and enigmatic history intertwined with the creation of the other gems. The legend sort of reveals that it was not only forged in the heart of an ancient volcano by Zaros, the Lord of Discord, but that Silvos shares a sort of like a sinister connection with the other gems as well.
Okay.
Let's see. She would also know to forge Silvos, Zaros collected the molten core of an ancient volcano and infused it with the essence of wild and capricious magic. The gem absorbed the primal chaos that swirled within the heart of the volcano, becoming an embodiment of untamed energy. Zaros then placed a curse upon Silvos, binding its fate to the other gems. This cursed connection between the gems amplifies their powers, as if they were fragments of a greater whole. She would also know that each gem draws strength from the others, enhancing their respective abilities and contributing to the overarching plan. But she can't remember the plan of who is looking for these gems.
You'll tell them all of that about the gem. Would she know what it looks like? Probably like red with swirling.
It does say what it looks like. So she knows it sort of like pulsates with unpredictable and untamed energy. It emanates an aura of raw power, causing random surges of wild magic within its vicinity. Yeah, it
Well,
is
it'd be
almost
fun
like
to
a
carry back.
red stone, and inside of it, it almost looks like a lava lamp, where the lava is continually fucking donut. I'm gonna lose my shit with my brain and my mouth that is not working together.
So basically a red stone with molten core.
Basically, yes, that keeps on moving.
Okay. She'll sigh.
So,
I don't know if we want to bring this stone to somebody else.
I'm beginning to think that this stone is right where it needs to be.
Or we should be protecting it from whoever's trying to find it.
I think a dragon is protection enough.
Maybe we should talk to the dragon and let it know. This is what it holds, if it doesn't know already, and people are after it, so that it is aware. Dragons are intelligent creatures, so
What?
not foxy,
Right.
but intelligent creatures in general.
So
Just throwing
who's
that in
gonna
there.
who's gonna have a conversation with the dragon?
We all can.
Oh, well, we'll all die together then, I suppose.
No, not all dragons are out for blood. If we tell the dragon someone is searching for this particular stone, let them decide the fate of the stone moving forward. Because if this stone has such raw power, and all the other stones, the gems, they all draw from each other, if someone gets a hold of all 9, I can't imagine they wouldn't be incredibly powerful.
Oh, I guess we've got a date with the dragon. Is that what you're suggesting?
What do you guys think?
That sounds great and not at all dangerous.
I'm not getting paid anymore.
Well, maybe we can convince the dragon that we can try and destroy it. And if we can't destroy it, that he or she holds on to it.
If you destroy it, though, think about all the power that contains. That power needs to go outwards. It's going to explode if we destroy it. It could kill us if we destroy it. We don't know. It might flow into Karos and take over Karos because he is of the wild. He is magic. It could flow into you. We don't know.
Yeah, then I think we need to talk to the dragon.
We have to
Kind
let
of.
it know what's going on.
Beef up security a bit.
Okay, is that
I
your
don't
decision?
I don't mind being in front. And if the dragon gets angry, you guys can run and I'll follow you out. I know nobody, you don't like that idea, but I'm the only one who can get out of dodge faster than everybody else. So
I suppose. Okay, let's get this over with, I guess.
We just have to let it know that the gem that it has. Would I know the name of the other gems or just this one?
Give me another history.
I was just about to roll on the wrong thing. Sorry. Please don't. Please be done.
Karos, you can roll me a history as well. Since you are a sorcerer that is also
17.
magical.
You said history?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't see it.
I need to think
I'm
about.
not even sure what I had for breakfast yesterday from that roll.
Yeah, I need to think about Smeckle's backstory to know if he would know, but I don't really have a backstory for Smeckle. Where has he lived most of his life?
Came from Midwest,
Interesting.
basically.
Okay, give me a history. Let's see what he knows.
Do not fail me now. I am dumb as a rock.
Okay.
Wow, another one that went to public school in Oklahoma.
So,
I got taught by a barbarian that had +1 to intelligence.
so,
So-
Raziel will know the name of the other, or the names of the others. Yes.
Okay. I think I have an idea what they might be, but I don't know. But I won't mention them out yet. But let's go talk to a dragon. Karos, you're really good at far away combat. Nobody, you're a good healer. So maybe we can go into this cave. I'll be first. Alina, you can come behind me. Nobody schmeckle than Karos.
Okay.
Does that sound like a
Sure, that works. Yeah.
Okay. Alright, we're gonna go into the cave as carefully as we can, obviously making noise. Raziel's gonna be like, hello, excuse me, hello?
Okay. We're going to end it off there, and then we'll pick it up next week as you guys enter the cave, because I actually do have a map for that.
Yeah, don't sneak into a dragon's cave, but go, hello, excuse me, dragon?
Hello.
We're here, I have a question. Dragon, I have a question for you, please.
Question.
Dinner is served.
No.
Your
I
Uber
have a
Eats have
question.
arrived.
Yeah, Uber Eats, oh god. Yeah, but at least I know at least dragons in general are really smart creatures. Like, they're geniuses. It's like a lot. If you look at any of the dragon stats, their intelligence is always over 20.
No.
Always.
My
Right, and-
Saturday campaign took a whole different approach.
I'm not surprised about Saturday. And I bet Wednesday would be like, we can kill a gem dragon. Dumbasses.
Yeah,
Sorry.
so needless to say, someone died. But
Yep.
Well, maybe it's a very young dragon.
well, they wanted to
even if
fight.
it's a
They wanted
young
to fight a dragon. That was the consensus of the group. They wanted to fight a dragon.
Yeah, but the thing is, amethyst dragons are like gravity dragons. So they get a multi-attack right out the gate, even as a young dragon. They have a gravitational pull, but they also do force damage, which nothing stops force damage. Nothing. There's nothing in the game that will protect you from force damage, not a rage, not anything. And their force damage, like if they are able to do like the breath that pulls you in and crushes you down, it's ridiculous. It's something like 8d8 or 10d8 or something damage. It's ridiculously a lot of damage.
Nah,
And it's
I will
just-
take it. I can do force damage.
If
If it's a really young one.
Yeah, it's like, ooh, but it also, all dragons shape change. All dragons can shape change. So they can literally, he or she can look like a god sitting on a throne if they wanted to. right? And it's just scary. It's dragons are freaking scary, man, in D&D, and people underestimate just even young dragons. A
Julia
young
hasn't
dragon-
played with me long enough to know that I do not balance my encounters.
No.
So you are not, you can know the chances of you encountering a young or a small dragon is going to be less than 0.
This will be an adult. This will be an adult or an ancient. There's no in
I
between.
mean, if it has lair with lair effects, it's not going to be a young one. But like of like you can take on with like level 2 or level if you have like a few people, level 2, level 3 if you're
Yeah.
smart. But it's that's not what we're dealing with here. I'm just saying, you know, if it's a very young one, we can take it.
But no,
The biggest
I wouldn't
thing.
even. Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, no, I'm saying that the biggest thing with the combat that I've seen in these campaigns is attacking isn't always the answer. Just because it's there doesn't mean you have to attack it.
Like, I think this group has talked out of combat a lot of times.
Thursday as well.
There's only been, there's
You
only
guys
been,
in the Thursday campaign as well, you also talk yourself out of combat quite often.
hell yeah, because you have Vox.
And
Everybody fucking loves Vox.
it's part of the thing. You don't always have to engage just because it's there.
Yeah, at least if it has anything over an intelligence 6, you can always talk to it and try and calm it down or figure out why it's upset or whatever. Raziel kind of does that sometimes.
I
But-
mean, you would
Raziel's also
have
the
been a
dumbass
little
that
bit
runs into
more
combat.
screwed if it was like a black one or a red one
Yeah.
or a green
If-
one.
yeah, that
because
we would
it's a
find
gem,
it.
it's neutral. Yeah, gem is neutral.
Mm.
Like gem and what is it? Gem and metallics are the ones you want to run into. You don't want chromatic.
Yeah.
Chromatic will kill you.
Yeah, because the
But
metallic ones
same
are
with
normally
black
your
ones.
good ones. Because they're your good ones. Gems are more neutral, and chromatic are more the evil ones. They won't give a fuck. They'll just like nom nom.
Yeah.
Won't even entertain
whereas-
your little
Yeah.
charade.
Like Alina, I play a baby, like a wormling silver dragon in the Thursday campaign. He thought he was a kobold. He's not a kobold. And then he got
Oh,
bigger.
that's cute.
Yeah, then he got bigger, and now he's like going through puberty. Those
So
voices
it's
are
like shedding
huge.
scales.
No, because they don't apparently shed scales.
Nope, they do
Dragons
not.
don't
Oh, they
shed scales
don't?
in D&D.
Mm-mm.
No, they
I
just
thought
grow.
they shed like their whole like skin, kinda.
No, they
Well,
will
I
maybe
think I-
like throw off 1 or 2 scales that fall off. But no,
I
this
think
was
the skin is right
actually.
though. I think the skin is correct that they do shed skin, but not scales. So
Yeah, I
that's
don't
kind of
actually
like
know.
a-
That's how I DM'd it once. Maybe I just lied to my players, but they're not going to know. So who
Well,
cares?
it doesn't
Well, it kinda
matter.
makes sense because
That is not a thing. A
the
DM
snake
cannot
sheds.
lie. We cannot lie to our players.
That's true.
You decided it sheds, so it sheds. That's how it works.
And it's great setting if you find like a massive like hollow dragon skin. Just
Oh
resting
yeah, that is
Imagine what
fucking
Pinky would've done.
terrifying.
Pinky would have crawled in it and been like, ooh.
No, I would have flipping attacked Voxy like out the bat if I like walk in and see here's a little, small little Voxy apparently dead because I'm too dumb to realize it's just skin.
Yeah.
And then seeing this 3 times the size flipping thingamabob standing there.
Yeah. Yeah, well, he almost attacked anyway, because it was like Voxy just kind of went to bed as a dumpy little dragon and then woke up as like a tall, beefy, dumpy dragon. And then walks in being like, "Hi everyone," and everyone's like, "Who is that? What the hell?" So he's going through like a voice that kind of goes like this, and then goes down like this. It's like it's not. He's going through puberty. But yeah, so he's growing, but that's fine. I would say I'm excited this is back.
Me too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I was working hard on it. I was working hard. But
It's gonna
it
be
usually
fun.
happens. It usually happens over December. and January usually. But this year was quite particularly bad with the amount of people. I expected at least like one or two, maybe three, but it was quite hectic. How many people over December, which also makes sense because they want to sort of like save money and stuff, but then I kind of get chucked into like in a hole basically. So it was not a vibe. But yeah, I'm used to it.
Well, we have a good group now, I think. Because I think Melina is a monk, right?
Yeah.
And then we have Karos is a sorcerer, and Smeckle is a wizard. So we have like our two magic dealers. We have frontline with Monk, frontline with Raziel, because she can tank some hits, and then nobody with the heals. I think that's a good group.
And
Yeah,
Lance
I'm wrong.
gets back.
I rolled
Uh,
insanely
Bucky's-
well. So I got like
Yeah.
21 armor class.
That is
Nice.
nice.
Yeah, I saw your roll. You had like 84 total points or something.
Yeah,
It was
yeah,
ridiculous. Yeah.
crazy.
That was similar to mine too. If you scroll up, I think mine was 84 too, wasn't it?
Wasn't yours close to 90?
Yes, mine was 90.
Because
Yeah.
you were even like, shit, am I allowed to use this?
Yeah.
And I was like, well, if you rolled it, you're allowed to use it. So, yeah.
And then I have it, instead of doing like any type of fighter, I got a druid.
All right,
Yeah,
guys,
if
I'm
you
out of here.
have,
I'll
like-
see y'all next week.
Good night.
See you next week.
Good night.
Yeah.
And I know
It's-
that
it's-
little +1 on the stats did like fucking wonders for some people for their characters.
Yeah, some of them rolled really low. I think the lowest was like 70.
I think mine was 76. I don't have to scroll up and look, but I know what I want to do at level 8 now. I'm just going to take I'm going to have 22 wisdom. I got to pass that up.
Nice.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah, I don't have 20s in anything right now, but I have at least a +1 in everything,
Oh, that's good.
which I appreciate that. It's just my armor class is 18s. The piss off is I kind of like what they did with the new book with the taking the armor class. You keep your armor class when you transform into the animal. But you just get the temp. I don't like the temp hit points.
No,
but the
that is
armor
one
class-
of the things that I'm throwing out with the druid,
points.
and I am keeping it that only the moon druid can bonus action wild shape.
Yeah.
I'm not allowing it
Yeah.
for all the other druids. No. Because
Well,
that
they
is the
gave-
whole
they gave
reason
the-
for the moon druid, because now it doesn't make them special anymore.
No, but they got something else, I think. I'll let you know what it is. It was really good, what they did get. I think it was like a higher CR rating period. I think you start at CR2. And then every like 3 levels or something, you get another CR level.
No, it's CR3.
You start at
You
CR3.
start at CR3.
Yeah, and then the next 3, so that you start at CR3 at level 1, and then I think you get CR4 at level 6. CR5
See, those things
at
I'll
level-
keep, but I'm still sticking with that only the moon druid should be able to wild shape on a bonus action, because they are the combat ones, because it's
Yeah, but
specifically
even if
called
the other
combat
ones
wild
can
shape.
wild shape.
Say
Yeah,
again?
but even if the other ones can wild shape as a bonus action, moon druids, the difference is, let's say a moon druid is level 5, and then the stars druid is level 5. If they both wild shape into something as a bonus action, the CR level of the moon druid still makes them a tank
Mm.
because they have so much higher AC, so many higher hit points, like they become the tank because their CR rating is so high. It jumps so high comparatively because they can only do a half CR rating at level 3 for everything else.
Yeah, but it's
it's
always
like-
been like that with them, that they, because their CR was higher in any case, that they could transform into.
Yeah, it's a third.
Yes.
It's a third of the level, yeah.
So they are considered the tankier of the druids. They're off the front line as well. So
I don't know. I like the change because it makes the other subclasses more like actually like valid. Yeah, because normally like sure I think the like Star Druid is kind of okay if you like, but if you're in a campaign with a lot of combat, like what are you going to take? Moon Druid. It's like a lot of the others were not really all that I guess yeah, true when that came out. Yeah, but I do like that you have like a bit more variety and you can do more instead of kind of wasting your turn just to wild shape.
Yeah, and then the difference as well, even if you do wild shape into a bonus action, let's say you get into combat level 3, right? So a regular druid may be able to change into a badger, right? Whereas the actual the moon druid can then change into something like a Allosaurus Rex or something. Like they can, their CR level is so much higher, so their combat ability is higher. But both can shift to bonus action. The thing I don't like about the new thing is you just get 10 hit points and you don't get knocked out of your wild shape.
yeah,
So it's like,
I
well,
won't do that.
hate
I
that.
won't
hate
do that.
It's like, but I do appreciate that you get to keep your armor class when you shift. Because that's one thing that I've been looking at is the AC of all the animals of the CR rating are so freaking small. Are you telling me a brown bear is 11? Are you kidding me? A grizzly bear has an 11.
Well, to be fair, it's quite easy to hit.
Hmm.
Yeah, but you can't puncture the skin. Like you literally have to have a hunting rifle to be able to pierce the skin of a grizzly bear. If you were to shoot it with a 9mm, it would not do anything. It would look at you and be like, "Oh, now you're dead."
Yeah, but
Because
you also have
they're-
to take into consideration
thick.
they're usually attacked with magic and like magical weapons and things like that. So I am for the AC adjusting with every creature, but I feel that you should be knocked back into your own form, and I don't like the temp HP thing. I don't like it.
My annoyance is the highest AC that I have as an animal is 14.
Mm.
That's it. That's the highest I've got. And you're telling me that my armor class 18 druid doesn't boost the armor class of anything that it transforms into because, oh, I know I have a big ass, I'm going to move a little faster. I'm not going to be blah, blah, blah. But like even a cave bear, like a freaking cave bear only has an armor class of 12. Cave bears are freaking large.
I would say though
Holy
that
strength.
they can do with more HP.
Yes.
Some of their HP, some of the certain animals, I've always felt that their HP is a little bit too low.
Like a cat with 2 hit points.
I mean,
Have you
it's a
tried to
cat.
push Nikki
Camilla
up a
kills
cat?
cats on a regular basis. She would know. But I would say for certain of the animals, their HP needs to be a little bit more. Like for a bear, I feel, their HP is maybe.
More than 30 hit points.
Mm,
Do you want to know what's embarrassing?
what?
So, I'm looking at the hit points here. Saber-toothed tiger, 52 hit points. That makes sense. It could be a little bit higher.
But now
Whatever.
the thing is, where in a normal campaign setting have you ever? Is your character ever gonna see a saber-toothed tiger? That's never gonna happen.
She has, because she's in the Feywild.
But not all of those
But
creatures are there.
What I'm meaning though is a saber-toothed tiger has 52 hit points with an armor class of 12. A giant ant has an armor class of 14, hit points 52.
Makes
what?
sense.
Well, I mean, to be fair, I have not fought a giant ant recently. That might track.
Yeah, but they've got the little tiny pieces between their bodies, right? Like they've got their chest, and then there's this little pinch piece, and then they've got their abdomen, and then they got a little pinch piece. They got their heads. It's like if you cut off one piece of that, they're dead.
Yeah, but that's not
But
how
how
you
do they
do
have an armor
combat.
class of 14? Armor class of 14.
Yeah, but
Well,
that's not
well,
how
put
you
it this
do
way, right?
combat. So
Have you ever like tried to squash an ant
Hey, buddy.
with your finger,
Yep.
and then lift your finger and the ant kind of walks away?
Yeah. Oh
That's
yeah,
what special.
I had in like a student housing. We had an ant plague. It was a nightmare. They don't die.
yeah, they're not
So,
the
so
easiest
I
to
can
kill.
kind of understand a higher AC, but at the same time, I can't remember if this is 2024 rules or where I read it. But isn't there a thing that when a druid wild shapes, that they can choose to keep their armor on the wild shape?
No.
So whatever armor they're wearing, kind of, if it's magical armor, it would morph into the.
No, everything
animal
morphs in any case. What they're wearing and what they
Oh,
have on them.
True, yeah, you can either choose to have your items drop on the floor or just morph into the body.
Yeah, but
That's-
it doesn't change the AC.
it doesn't
So
change,
let's
yeah.
say I was wearing magical armor, which she does technically a studded leather armor +1. When she shifts the like her giant spider form is not going to have armor on it. It's still going to
Yeah.
be an AC of 14. So it won't have that +1 armor on it. Which would be kind of freaking cool if she did have special armor that transforms with her and gives her that AC boost. That would be cool.
That would be cool.
Like, even if it just gives a +2 AC to wild shape shifts,
Yeah, mate.
that'd be cool.
That sounds like a great like legendary item or like an artifact
Yeah.
for a druid.
Yeah.
But I
We
do
don't know
get
what's in
why.
Amethyst.
True. No, I do get why the armor class is like for druid. Like they didn't used to let you keep it because depending on the animal and on the level, it basically doubles your health.
Yeah.
So I do get like this trade-off. Like, yeah, sure, you get hit easier, but after you get hit out of wild shape, you still like you got your health.
Yeah, you're still standing, basically, where
So-
another character would have been down.
Yeah,
Well,
so
right-
I get this trade-off, which is also why I get why they changed it now and don't let you get knocked out of it. Because now you get your armor class, you're harder to hit, your health lasts longer, but you don't get like this double the health boost. I do get why they like. I haven't played a druid at all so far, so I can't really judge it, but I do kind of get the reasoning.
Now, it's one of my favorite
well, to be
classes to
fair-
play.
Yeah, Raziel has a current hit point of 80, armor class of 18. If she shifts into something, let's say a polar bear, she's got armor class of 12 with 42 hit points, and she can shift twice.
Mm.
So, yeah, it almost doubles depending on what she becomes and whether she uses that.
To
But
me,
then she
that
has
is,
to
that
hit
is
on
better than the
any
new
of the spells.
rules, to be honest.
I got 66 hit points and then I'm dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I do have an armor class of 21.
That's why
you-
that's also why I agree with the armor class of the creature, because you can do it twice when you're a higher level. You get knocked back and then you're fine, then you still have your own hit points, and if you change again, you have those hit points again. You get knocked back. Whereas the rest of your party, they are not that lucky. So I don't know.
49 damage and I'm down.
You're also cold. You get within 10 feet of anything, you can go, and then anything hitting it gets advantage.
Oh, true. Yeah, they do have that.
Right? They have the draconic
Yep.
cry.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah. Yeah. So
But it's more a shout of panic than a demonic or draconic cry.
Demonic.
Yeah. Him and Carol's holding each other screaming because they're the two magic users. The fighters are down. I can see that happening eventually, but yeah, like I don't mind that at all. I'm worried, I guess, about the balance of it, because sometimes it can get kind of wonky. But then again, I get multiple hits with some of them, right? Like, I think I get multi-attack.
Yeah,
with
some of them have multi-attack. Yeah.
stuff.
That's why my current campaigns are staying 2014. That's why I'm not moving over. It's only the new campaigns that I'm starting that we will move over, because there are still some of the rules I am I need to go over and decide what I'm chucking and what I'm keeping.
And I need to go buy that book.
Because apparently, in the new rules, you cannot crit on your players.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
DMs can no longer crit.
That is bullshit. I read the whole book. Like,
It's
to be fair, I didn't read
stupid.
everything in detail, but I did read the whole book.
I think it's in the new Dungeon Master Guide.
Where would that
Well,
be?
I'm voting to have that removed.
No, that is
Pardon?
stupid.
I'm voting to have that removed because
Yeah.
it brought so much tension to the fight, especially when it's your very first encounter in a campaign and the bloody guy crits 3 times on you in one combat.
Yeah. Well, to be honest, if the players can do it, the DM should be.
I
I'm
agree.
pretty sure it says exactly that in the Dungeon Master's Guide.
But like I said,
Where is it?
I've only heard that is apparently going to be a rule. I don't know how true that is. But you never know.
I'm looking. I'm trying to find it right now because I find that hard to believe.
I don't know. I
Only
don't
apply
know.
to weapon and unarmed attacks. Critical hits only apply to weapon damage. Critical hits can only be rolled by players. Monsters/NPCs cannot by default crit. That is, where is that? It is in the book.
Is that the
Those are the
D&D
3.
guide for babies? Because I don't want that one.
I can't believe that.
It's ridiculous. That is part of.
I'm definitely not playing it that way.
No, because that is part of the fun of it. When you roll that crit, as you know, for the players, it's fun when they crit on a monster or one of the NPCs. But even as a DM, when you roll that crit and you have that oh shit moment.
Trust me, the players have that
That's
as well.
not-
I know that's.
It's in the, so they say it's in the Character Origins playtest document for new 1D&D rule set.
Yeah, but I mean, I have the critical success or failure section here, and it just says that the only thing that is added now is that it says resist the temptation to add additional negative consequences to a natural one on an attack roll.
Yeah, but I love nat ones on it. That's when your character grows.
Yeah, we do critical hits and failure
Failures.
tables.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have to say I'm
the
very
crit hit.
delighted about it. Like,
I have
I
the
think
crit
some
hit
are
too.
fun.
The one that I have is quite fun. I also have a magical one. So if you cast the spell and you roll a nat 1, then there's a magical fumble table. So
Yeah, I read over it and then wondered how my fists are going to break. My spiritual fists are going to break, but we'll see when we get to it. No, but I just think if there's consequences in the middle of a tense fight that limit your actions, if you're already like a class that doesn't have many actions, the fights can just get so boring.
it's with the monk, it's a little more difficult because there's not really, you can't lose your weapon because you can't lose your hands.
I mean, I can fall on my ass, I guess.
Yes, you can fall.
Or hit someone else if someone's
if
like,
they're
10
close
minutes
by,
feet or
things
something.
like that. Yes.
You can crack metal.
Most of the players that I have, they do enjoy the fumble table, but I have had players that don't. And then if they don't want to roll on it, they don't roll on it. It's not something you have
By
to
the
do.
way, in that fight we had against what's her name now again?
You
The
know.
vampire hunter chick?
Oh, Natari.
Natalia. Yeah. Pawn fumbled his weapon and threw his weapon like 15 feet away. Did he ever went to go pick it up again?
I don't think during combat, no. But if combat is over, I just sort of assume you pick up your shit if you dropped it.
He probably would have, but he kind of missed a couple of sessions while we finished.
Yeah. So no,
Then,
he
so he
would
wasn't
have. I would assume that he would pick it up. But no, he didn't pick it up during combat. No.
No.
But no, I would assume, you pick it up. Because I don't
But it's-
do it. I don't run my sessions hardcore like I did the Tomb of Annihilation, which scared off many players. They did not enjoy hearing that, and I was like, okay then, okay.
Yeah, but let's be honest. Like, I thought me as Atlas failing, like I rolled 2 nat 1s, my first 2 rolls in combat. So first round I did a nat 1, and the guy critted on me. And then the next one I did a nat 1, the guy critted on me, which is why he went down in 2 shots.
Hmm.
And then Eladine was like, "Stop going down," and then I started rolling better.
No, but it makes it
Fun.
it makes it fun, especially with the crunchy criticals where it's max damage plus the other roll. It's yeah.
It makes
made
it.
me-
The thing is,
it made me
combat is
question
supposed to
my
be.
character.
Combat is stressful. It's stressful.
Yeah.
It's a big deal, especially when you're facing intelligent creatures or monsters or NPCs. Sometimes you'll come across a camp of bandits and you'll decimate them in like 1 or 2 hits because they're not that experienced.
Oh, you're a cute little dragon. You're dead.
And other times you'll come across a band of bandits and they actually know what they're doing. But then I give you all the information that you need. I give you, Marcus scouted for you guys. He told you there are about so many bandits that you can expect. There's a tiefling female there as well, and that already tells you that because there's someone else there that he specifically mentioned, that she's not going to be the run-of-the-mill NPC. She's going to be something different. But he told you that there are about 15 bandits there. So
You should have listened.
when I know it's going to be a difficult encounter, I give you as much information as I can so that you can prepare for it. It's
And
very
to be
rare
fair,
that I
we
send
did
you in
go-
blind.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, you're always sending Atlas in blind.
Well, it's your fault.
Because he is blind. That fight was fun because it was like trying to keep track of who is getting hit, who looks like they're hurt. Like, because Voxy was the healer in that group, right? So he was like, gotta keep the barbarians up because the barbarians are doing more damage. So like, and then was keeping the spellcasters away, like enough away where they were okay. And then he was just around on his little flying broom, just like heal over here, heal over there. Like he's that type of thing. Whereas then you get people like Pawn who wants to try and beat his way out of over 100 yards, like an idiot,
Yeah.
right? Like you're not gonna survive, my guy. Go
The
back to
best
your
part of that fight was still the paladin forgetting he's got to lay on hands.
Shut up.
Throwing down.
Paladin goes down with lay on hands, still fucking dumbass. Yes, my character forgot he had lay on hands, and he attempted to body check the Neytiri, and she just like whipped him, and he went down. He could have healed himself. He didn't.
That was funny.
Hey guys, I'm gonna roll. I gotta go obsess over the LA fires, so I'll see you guys Monday.
Good night. See you Monday.
Cheers, Will.
Bye.
Yeah, no, it's quite interesting, like how combat goes, even with all the information that I give you guys. Was with the Saturday campaign as well. They were heading to a nest of vampires. Very smart. They went during the day. Super smart. Also gave them enough information about because in that one they were actually working with Natari. But she didn't go in with them, obviously. So she sort of waited outside, to see if everything was okay. And she gave them enough information. She told them, you know, about the different types of vampires that you get, and what they can expect, and how many of them would be in there, along with the children, and all of that. So gave them all the information. So they decide, okay, they're gonna go in during the day. Super fucking smart. Well done. Love it. And they walk around the house and they see that the whole house has these blackout curtains, obviously. And so they decide, okay, you know, they go back to the front door, and they knock, and a human female teenager opens up, and she looks very nervous and very freaked out, and she's like, you know, you're not supposed to be here. Please go away. And she closes the door and she locks it. And no one tried to stop her when she did it. And they were like, okay, you know, fuck this shit. And they decide to break down the door. And I was like, what are you doing? What are you doing? So the fighter kicks the door, doesn't quite make the AC, so you only have that loud bang. And then the monk, Tabaxi, he joined in. So they're trying to literally break down the door. So they're making a whole bunch of fucking noise. Now, obviously, when they walk into the house, they woke up all the vampires. And the Tabaxi died because it was a hectic fucking fight. Eventually, I had to also, because some players dropped, and then I had to get new players in because they were going, it was basically going to be a TPK with only the ones that were left. And they eventually killed some of the vampires. So they set the house on fire. Some of the kids died of smoke inhalation. Was a fun day. But the same thing. They started out so smart, so good, and then they just fucked it all up. Even with all the information that I gave them, they just went fucking haywire. And I was like, what? Why? I gave you all the information. If you had snuck into the house, you would have found all of the vampires asleep in their coffins. And they could have just staked them. Now, you had 6 vampires with different abilities. Eventually, one of them charmed the wizard. So now the wizard was attacking the party with fucking fireballs. So, yeah. It was insane. So, yeah, but that's usually what I do. If I know it's going to be a difficult encounter, I try and give you as much information that you can plan it and think about it and do whatever you want. Yeah.
Forget. Did you allow coup de grace in yours, or do you still have to roll to hit at advantage? So if someone is unconscious, in other games, not D&D, there's something called coup de grace, where if someone is unconscious or completely paralyzed, you automatically get a hit that will kill them, period. So, like, because they can't move, you can chop their head off. Or if they're a vampire, you can push a stake right through their chest because they're sleeping. They're not moving.
Look, if they're down and they're unconscious, they're basically at 0 hit points. So any attack that hits them is going to kill them.
No, but I mean, like, for a vampire, when they're sleeping, they still have all their hit points. So you would, with D&D book rules, you would still have to roll, but you would get advantage. If you fail the hit, you fail the hit, and it could wake them up. But if you succeed, you only get crit if you succeed on the hit, but it's just crit damage, so they could still wake up.
Well, if they were going to stake them, for instance, they would still need to roll and, meet AC to actually stake them, because it's not that easy. And if they failed, then obviously they got distracted and they either hit the arm or they hit them in the stomach. They didn't exactly hit them in the heart, because it's also, again, not the easiest thing to do. But yes, in a situation like that, I would give advantage, because especially if you say, okay, they're really focused on this, and they're looking what they're doing. Creature can't go anywhere. But I don't like doing what do you call it? No. Jack always tried to do it. He always said that I'm trying to shoot his eye out, targeted. Yes, I don't like doing that because it makes it so much difficult. So that is also why if let's say you walk into a bandit camp and you sneak into a tent and you say you want to slice open their throat, basically try and kill them. It's a slippery slope. It's quite a difficult one, and then that's sort of where you have to weigh. It's going to be a rule of cool, because then it sort of like sets a precedent. So you really have to see how it goes. But I have done it. I have done rule of cool in one situation, but that exact same scenario, I said no, because of reasons that didn't make sense.
No, go.
Sorry, go. I do think you get advantage against incapacitated creatures anyways, and I do think it makes sense not to immediately kill someone. Like, even in real life, if someone were to stand like above my bed and try to stab me to death, they would need to be skilled enough and like do enough damage to actually kill me before I wake up. Like, it's not an instant kill just because I was asleep.
Yeah.
Maybe it's the medical side of my brain, because I'm like, I wouldn't stand over someone's side. I would literally have a pocket knife. All I would need is a pocket knife, put it right through their jugular vein into their throat. They can't scream for help because you sever their trachea, but they drown in their own blood. I know that's a quick shot, super easy, done, right? But that's side of me, and I have to remember that my characters may not have that particular background, right?
The thing is that in D&D 3.5, good roll was a rule.
Yeah.
To any incapacitated player, you could basically insta-kill them.
Yeah.
But I think with the evolution of the spells that came out after it, there's a lot of spells that can incapacitate a person or creature or whatever the case is. So it would just become too easy. You get up to the BBG, you cast the spell, you just focus on spells that incapacitate them until they fail their saving throw, and then walk up and stab them once. So it's the advantage thing, and that side of it makes sense. That's still a challenge, because I mean, I've been in 3.5. I was killed a couple of times. Like, someone sneaks in, like we all at camp, and the DM's like, I called you, perception checks, okay, you guys fail. Oh, by the way, you're dead. This guy snuck into your tent and stabbed you through the heart. So
3.5 is more brutal though. 3.5, like, you didn't have as many hit points, you didn't have as high an AC, you didn't have the types of magic that this had, right? 5, I think, tried to balance it, and then 2024 kind of tried to balance it even further just by taking other people's homebrews and putting it in and saying, oh, now it's official. Because people are trying to homebrew it to make it make sense. But my thought is, like, coup de grace, you sneak into a house and you're quiet enough to sneak into the house. Well, it should be quite easy for you to kill somebody and not
Well,
miss.
to be fair, if it's a normal person, yeah, you have advantage to hit. You automatically crit, if I remember correctly. And if it's a normal person, you definitely kill them. Like, what does, like, the random commoner has, like, yeah, they immediately dead. But it also makes sense that if it's, like, yeah, I don't know, an ancient vampire, they have more than just their skin. Like, there's magic involved that keeps them alive. So I think it makes sense that you would need to actually do a lot of damage. And, like, the scenario you mentioned, it could be, like, I don't know, like an assassin rogue would have that knowledge of where exactly to hit. And I'm not sure how many hit points like vampires have. A lot, I think.
Lot.
But with like a decent high level with sneak attack, I think they could do quite a lot of damage.
You're looking at about 200 to 300 for a vampire.
Well, even Strahd only had like 144 hit points, but you couldn't hit him because his heart wasn't in his chest, right? So it's like, even if you killed Strahd, he'd come right back because you're not destroying his heart. So
Yeah,
and he had 140.
but I mean he's a special case, kinda.
Yeah.
I don't think they all have their hearts stored away somewhere.
No.
But I mean, if you want to kill an incapacitated enemy like that and they have a lot of hit points, you stand in a circle and all attack at once.
Yeah.
You could probably one hit one tan a pretty strong enemy like that.
Yeah. Well, I would say like Voxy, my dumbest character I've ever played. It's really low intelligence. If he sits on somebody, it should kill him. He's over a ton. As long as they're not like a barbarian or something. Like it should. It's like being sat on by an elephant, right? Like.
Yes, but then that's the argument that now it's like this whole precedent.
Yeah.
That if I do it in one campaign, or if he does it in one encounter and I allow it, then it's going to sort of like become a thing. And it's technically not a thing, because how do you it's a difficult thing.
Well, how many times have I given you difficult things to damage? Right?
But
like,
if it's possible, or if it makes sense, then yes, then I will allow it. But Voxy sitting on someone, I will probably say no, because I don't.
Yeah,
I think it's the same thing with Voxy. It's like the Behir probably had a shit ton left of hit points, and then suddenly Voxy was in its brain, beating, like stabbing it. Like there's no calculation of damage.
To be fair, someone can survive having their brain stabbed.
When I start asking questions to the DM, being like, DM, is this right, or is this what do you feel this is this? She knows something bad's happening.
Then I know I have to open up Google, and we are probably going to take 10 to 15 minutes trying to figure it out.
Yeah, I will tell you about the Behir, because the Behir is my favorite part. The ice shatter thing was funny, but the Behir, I was like, do you think the back of a Behir's head would be a vertical surface? She's like, yeah. I'm like, how thick is the skull of a Behir? Is it under 2 feet thick? Well, yeah, I think so. Cool. Foxy's climbing up the back and putting a window on the back of his skull. What? He's gonna open the window, he's gonna stab the brain directly.
He has a robe of useful items, and one of them was a window. And he placed it on the top of the Behir's head, and when he opened it, obviously it revealed the brain. I was like, what the fuck?
How much damage does it do? And this little friggin' dummy dragon just stabbing the brain. It's like, I don't know how much damage that is, but that's probably a lot of damage.
Yeah, that was a difficult one to rule in a sense, but you also have to sort of think about it, would it be possible that, what does the description say of the window? And it says any fucking object, or not object, any
vertical surface.
Yes, any vertical surface. And it's like,
which is why I asked if the back of the skull was vertical, and she's like, yeah. And then she probably immediately regretted it when I said I'm putting a window on the back of his head.
yeah.
Just fuck. You read the description. Fuck.
It does happen sometimes. It does happen sometimes where I also don't read something properly and I make a bad call or anything. I mean,
Yeah,
it happens.
To be fair, DMing is difficult. You have to keep track of everybody's sheet, what they can do.
people are a little bit new at it, so it's like, okay, if you don't know how to roll, I can help. And then you've got all your NPCs, and then you have your enemies, and then you have your locations, and then you have your lair. So it's like it's a lot to roll
Yeah,
around
sometimes
with.
I forget about things that some of the monsters and the NPCs can do, and then afterwards it's like, oh fuck, man, I forgot about that, and I forgot about that, and I forgot about that.
Oh
It's
yeah.
like, ugh.
I had a situation like that yesterday, where so we have a D&D group at the fire, like our fire department, and we also have a Minecraft server together. So I was like, wait, there's a module with Minecraft creatures. I'm going to bring in creepers because they are cool, and everyone's going to, like, they're not going to get it immediately, but when they figure it out, they're going to find that really funny. And then I realized that creepers are scared of cats. And we've got a tabaxi, and what is the lion race? And then they pointed it, and I forgot about it, and they pointed it out to me, and suddenly I had my creepers, none of which could move closer to
Oh
them.
shit. Do you have a stat block for those creepers asking for a friend?
And yeah, it's like an official module.
I'll have a look.
I think it was like even free.
I'll have a look
Yeah.
because that is fucking
It should be on
awesome.
D&D Beyond among
I'll have a
like
look.
partnered content.
I'll have
There's
a
also
look.
Enderman and Ender Dragon. It's really cool.
That is really, really cool to add in.
Yeah, when I was gaming, I tended to bring in monsters from everywhere. Like, I had, the predators, the ones that like purr and they've got like all the gear on them and stuff, with like the cool dreadlocks, and they're like, so one of our NPCs in the campaign I used to run was a predator. And it can't talk English, it didn't speak English, but it was like basically protecting a specific area. But there was a reason to it. So it was very getting a stat block for it, and then I was like, well, if there's predators here, then I'm gonna make aliens here. So then I had to make the alien queen, and then I had to make little aliens, and I had to make face huggers, and I was like, oh jeez, there's so many.
No.
And then I also added in all the monsters from Elden Ring, and I'm like, oh, all the bosses.
I also had to use a lot of homebrew monsters and creatures and things because I have a player who plays in 2 of my campaigns, and he tends to either know the stat block or look it up once he realizes what it is.
Yeah.
And then he
Oh, that
uses
sucks.
the information that he as a player knows. His character is not supposed to know it. And I was just like, fucking fuck. Like, seriously,
Yeah,
who
nah.
does
You
that?
shouldn't, like, I would say I know, like, at least basics about most monsters in the normal books, but, like, you could just, like, not use that information.
In the Friday campaign that I play as a player in, I played a fighter. She was a Kinra fighter now, and then we were fighting a beholder. Now, how many beholders have I thrown in my campaigns? You know, I know exactly how they work. You know, the anti-magic eye and the cone and the different eyes, but she doesn't know. So she runs up into the eye cone thingy, and she has a belt of blink back. So if she throws her battle axes, they come back. But I know if she stands there and she throws it, it's not going to come back. Do I still throw it? Yes, because she doesn't know it. She doesn't know it's not coming back. Now she's standing there and she's like, the fuck? Why the fuck is it not coming back? So no, I'm not like I don't know. It makes me so mad. It just makes me so mad. So
I think there's something really funny about it, like something like almost like gleefully funny when I'm like, okay, my character would run in there, they don't know, and I just wait for the fallout.
yeah.
That is fun as well.
I thought it was hilarious, like her reaction to it, because she like threw it, because she had 3 attacks that she could do. So she threw it 3 times. She would throw the one and then bonus action that one, and then she had another attack. So now she's throwing the first one, then she throws the second one, and she reaches back down to do the third attack, but it's not there. And she kind of like looks down, and it's not in her belt, and she's like, where the fuck is it? And it's lying on the floor, like 30 feet away from her, in front of the beholder, like on the floor. And she's like, what the fuck? Why is this not working? It's like, why didn't it come back? So it's that reaction, kind of like, and it was funny in the moment, because, you know, she was like, fuck, now what do I do? Now I don't have weapons, because I just threw them, because they didn't come back. So she was panicking for a good while, because she didn't have any weapons, and, you know, she's a fighter, she doesn't have any magic. So yeah, no, I don't know. I like things like that, not using the knowledge that I have with my character if they don't have it.
The only time I will ever pull up anything that Ice is talking about is if I get over a nat 20 on it. That's the only time I'll pull it up, because I'm like, if I get a nat 20, I'm figuring what this is. I should know. I don't look at the AC at all. I just look at the description of it. So I'll look up the thing and I'll be like, okay, I got the description of it and kind of what this is, the ideas of what people think it is. But I try and avoid looking at the stat blocks. Only time I'll maybe look at the stat blocks is, let's say I see that the AC is like 15, I'll say it's pretty hard to hit, but I won't tell people what the AC is.
Yeah, it's more the thing with different players, and you might get those ones that want to be, you know, they. Yeah, it's more one of those things. Yes, my cat's snoring. I can hear all the way from here.
I talked to a player about them looking stuff up, and then they stopped. So it was.
Yeah, I don't think he stopped. I think he still does it. He just doesn't let it slip as often.
Are you talking about what's his face? Or are you talking? Yeah.
No, you don't know this one.
I'm going to be right back in a second.
No worries. I don't think he's
I
ever
have to
looked
go.
up stats, to be honest.
No, I don't think Jack does. I honestly don't think Jack does. I know. Are you still playing with Ducky?
Yes, yeah, Wednesday campaign, yes.
Yeah. So Ducky was the one that was looking at stats, and I told him to stop.
Oh, okay.
So he looks up stats just so that he knows for himself what he's looking at, but he doesn't tell people what's what. It's just because his brain is like, I need to know what I'm fighting.
That's the whole point. He's not supposed to know.
Exactly. He's not good at not knowing, but he started getting better at it the longer that he was in my campaign, which is nice.
Oh.
Yeah. So I have to run out the door because I have to go pick up a puzzle for my mom, and then I have to get toothpaste, which I don't have, which sucks. So I'm gonna leave.
No
But yeah,
worries.
I'm thinking about maybe doing a short campaign, like 3 to 6 sessions maybe.
Mhm.
And I'm willing to like wake up early so it's good on your time if you want to be a player.
When?
I don't know. It's whatever day is people available. I think it's going to be a week per week. We decide what day, what time. The next week we'll be able to do it type thing, just so that it's.
Yeah, send me the information, and then.
I'll send you the information of the idea I have to run.
As long as it's not
sci-fi.
sci-fi, I'm pretty open to it.
No. It's not sci-fi. It's full fantasy D&D.
You know how I feel about fucking sci-fi campaigns.
Yeah, there's no sci-fi in this. It's very much a. I want it to be very fantastical, but I really don't like low-level campaigns, so it would be like level 10 to 15 type campaign. And it would be very much a mystery. It's a mystery campaign in like a fantasy setting. It's a very mystery.
Okay. Oh.
Yeah.
It sounds interesting.
Yeah.
I'd definitely
I'll-
be interested, yeah.
I'm getting the itch to DM again, but I'm not trusting myself to do it. So that's why I want to do a little short campaign with people that I know, people I trust. And then I can kind of, if I feel comfortable, maybe expand a little bit further, do a different campaign type thing.
Yeah, no. Sounds good. Let me know, and then I'll start thinking of, if it's like a mystery type thing, I'll think of a character, sort of have an idea-ish, sort of, but yeah, sounds good.
It does.
Well, because I saw I had a message on Discord. Was that you asking about that? Let's see. Yes, it was. I like the mystery is an interesting concept.